Hi, you don't know me and I don't know you. At the beginning of this year, I made a challenge to myself to try completing my large backlog of games I've collected from impulse buying, sales, and the free Epic games in order to experience and appreciate the things I was missing that were right in front of me. This video is about me giving my opinions on said games, 13 to be exact. There is no rhyme nor reason for why I picked the games I did, I just picked what I thought sounded cool. Now there's one thing I need to mention before I actually get into this. If you watched my original video setting this challenge up, you noticed that I stated I would not be buying games until this challenge is complete. Well, I lied because I'm removing that rule. First off, I found out I had like 150 games, good lord, meaning that this challenge would be a multi-year thing, and I really didn't feel like waiting that long to buy something new, especially if I wanted to make a video on a specific game. Am I weak? Yes. Shut up. But secondly, I realized it was kind of an unnecessary motive. I can buy new things and still experience and appreciate the old. It really just became a negative motivator because I simply began trying to rush through the games instead of just enjoying them, especially given how many there were. But that's all. Here are my thoughts on 13 games I played this year. Roll the video or something. Ace Combat 7 is an incredibly fun game. Its story was a tad confusing for me, but mostly because it's based off of previously established lore, but I managed to have a general idea of what happened, and the mystery kind of adds a lot of intrigue for me. Two fictional countries, Oshia and Erusia, are at war due to rising tensions. You're a flying ace from Oshia turned prisoner because you accidentally blew up your former president, except not really. Through the story, you go on multiple missions, slowly gaining your reputation back and discovering the deeper secrets of this war. Honestly, I was surprised how nuanced the story was. There wasn't a real, true, irredeemable bad guy. It was all very human. I can't say much else without spoiling it though, because I really want you to play this game. Its story's not perfect, but I liked it. Enough of that though, how does it play? It's an arcade game where you blow things up with the entirety of the US military budget, and that's all I think I need. I wasn't the best at it, and its flight model was... yeah, but the thing I really enjoyed was the diversity of planes that were available. I swear, at one point I was flying a MiG-25 from the 60s against an F-22 Raptor. And won. Huh? This game is so chill. It's literally just over an hour, and yet the amount of character and love I saw put into it was incredible. You play as a bird named Claire, who every now and again is sent to Hawk Peak Provincial Park in Canada, I think, to stay with your aunt, who's a ranger. She's expecting some important call while she's there, but there's no cell service, so clearly, she's going to climb a mountain for it. That's it. It is now up to you on how you reach the peak, who you interact with, what you do. It's such a fun little world to play around in, and I really want to play it to just explore more, complete tasks I never completed, you know? The only thing I didn't really like was the camera, just because it was a little weird, and I never really got used to it in my playtime, but I really liked the game. And the music, oh my gosh, the music. Time to open the window! This game kind of taught me the reward of doing challenging things. I'm sure most of you know what this is. It's climbing a mountain while a purple version of you is haunting you or something like that. Please go play this game. The game controlled really well, and while some things took a while to complete, it never felt impossible or like there was nothing I could do, so I never really felt anger while playing it. The art and animation is incredible, and my god, please just go buy this game already. I literally can't say much else. It feels super simple, but also like there's so much to it. I can't really describe it. It's just such a fun experience. I'm going to shit yourself. This game is exactly what it looks like. Blood everywhere, gore, more gore, and the genocide of the entire demon population. The gunplay felt really powerful, and the overall mechanics of the game were good. I think the thing I really liked about this game was just how much of a power trip it was. Even in the later sections where I found it very easy to get cornered and just ripped to shreds, I never felt any less powerful. It was 100% a skill issue on my part that I died so much, but even then, I had a lot of fun. Oh, right, the story. I forgot, to be honest. I remember it being about something involving how demons from hell are being released on Mars due to some device or something. There's a crazy lady and a robot that does a thing or something. I'm sorry, but I remember liking it, and it worked on explaining why the demons were the new paint color on the lab walls. I don't really care, to be honest, though. It's just a fun game. Alright, get this one out of the way quick. This is a hard game to rank because it's a party game, but luckily, I'm immature with immature friends, so this game was just a blast. I didn't even record it, to be honest. The footage you're seeing now is most likely going to just be footage I pulled off the internet. It was simply fun, but that's also probably because it was determined by the friends I was playing with. That's it, I don't really have much else to say. It's a fun game. This game wasn't very hard at all, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. The copy abilities and designs Kirby has in them are all incredibly well done and appealing, and each had their own application. Puzzles weren't that hard unless I'm misremembering something, but they were still fun and rewarding to complete. What can I say? I'm a simple person. The only thing I can really say I didn't like was that it felt way too easy in the beginning. It made it very hard to actually get into the game. But once I made it past that point, it wasn't much harder, but it was enough to make it a fun little game. I really enjoyed it. This game is hard to talk about. It tells a nice story about two brothers, I think, and it is overall really cute and I enjoyed it. Its puzzles weren't too challenging, but some did require more than 2 brain cells, and overall, it was an enjoyable experience. Not to mention, the game looks beautiful. It's a really short and chill game I would recommend. Not much else to add. If I remember, this is a reboot of the franchise as a whole. No, I will not be fact-checking myself. And I have one thing to say. This was a really fun fighting game. I only played the story mode though, because I was too scared to get stomped online and didn't want to. But even though I never fought online, the game felt and looked incredible. The story was also really good. I was not expecting a fighting game to have a story I was invested in, but saying that, I may be jaded. The characters had actually interesting stories. I found them endearing and even funny at times. On top of that, they grow and change. Whether it's deserved changed, I'm not one to say. But I actually had a lot of fun with it. Not to mention the gore, oh my god. I have autism, which means I have a natural bias towards anything with Pokemon in it. So with that, this is genuinely one of the best games I've played this year. First off, the fact I was a Pokemon was cool enough. I ended up as a Mudkip and chose my partner to be a Riolu because I'm basic. The story was really interesting. It had fun characters and was simply a joy to experience. I loved the artwork, I loved the gameplay, and it was surprisingly non-grindy, at least for me. I can 100% say that the gameplay of running around similarly designed rooms can get a bit boring for some people, but I had a lot of fun with it. Even when I lost, which sends you back to the beginning of the dungeon you're exploring, hence the name of the game, I never really lost interest. On top of that, I may have almost cried at the end. I don't know what that says about me, but please play this game. It has so much personality and I love it. I want to keep playing it later. Similar to Explorers of Sky, I had a natural bias because of me being a Pokemon fan, but this one was a little less enjoyable than Explorers. But before I go into that, what did I like? Well, I liked the look of the game as well as the gameplay, which was very similar to Explorers. This time I was a Bulbasaur with a Mudkip as my partner. Its story was similar, kind of in just the structure of it, or the basic ideas, I suppose, and it more or less played the same way. Unfortunately, there were just no characters I found really entertaining, and its story was just less interesting overall despite its similarities. But I'm also not going to go super hard on it because it is a remake of the original Red and Blue Rescue Team games. So there's going to probably be some natural, bad things that just get carried over from the original games. Overall, though, a perfectly fun game. Not as good as Explorers, but I still enjoyed it.
When starting my pressure washing business, first is get more hose.
This one doesn't have a story from what I could tell, so I found it hard to know when to end my playtime. Oh. Okay, I enjoyed this game. It's a satisfying stim game that makes my brain feel nice. I could simply turn off my brain and have some downtime, and honestly, I liked that. There's literally not much else to add because its name says it all. It's a power wash simulator. You power wash literally anything. That's it. I love it.
Oh my god!
God have mercy on my soul. Okay, I have a lot to say about this one, so Sonic fans, please calm down. I initially despised this game, to be honest. I thought it was janky and unfun. So why did I give it the score I did? Shouldn't it be lower? Well, you see, I initially played this game at the beginning of this year when the challenge was causing a lot of stress. The stress was to finish games as fast as possible, which led me to not really seeing the game for what it was. I also had incredibly high expectations from the Sonic community and what I had heard about it. But after some reflection and playing Sonic and Shadow Generations, which I got for my birthday, which I did enjoy, I decided to give the game another shot. And this time, I realized something. This game is designed to just be fun. It was made by people who want to have fun during an era of experimentation and new technology. It threw things at the wall to see what stuck and was unapologetic about it. It may be janky as all hell, it may sound very dated, and its story makes literally no sense, but I've really learned to just like the game. Not necessarily love, but I honestly want to keep playing it. It very much expects you to replay its levels, to get better so you can get better ranks and just do more things. I guess what I'm trying to say is the game made me realize what games are supposed to be. Fun. It doesn't matter if it looks realistic, it doesn't matter if its story is just meh. It just matters if it's fun. The game has an undeniable charm that I can't help but keep coming back to. I probably will keep playing this in my free time. Also, its music, holy crap! I'll be honest, I neither loved nor hated this game. In concept, it is a very fast-paced shooter where you're jumping between buildings blowing bad guys' heads off. But in practice, I kind of found it boring. Its gunplay had its moments, and the mechanic of slowing down time was honestly cool, but it is imperfect. For one, the hitboxes are kinda bad. Yeah, you can slow down time, doesn't mean you'll hit anyone, and it became so frustrating after a point that I just stopped having fun. On top of that, it doesn't have much of a story within the game. If I remember correctly, its story was explained through like QR codes or something, but I also didn't really look too much into it, so I don't really know what was happening the entire time. The unfortunate thing about this game is I really liked its style. It looks cool, and I really wanted to enjoy it, but I just couldn't as much as I wanted to. It has its moments, 100%, but it isn't without flaw. However, I would actually recommend checking it out for yourself. This may simply be a case of a type of game I just don't enjoy that much. And that's it. I've only been recording for like 18 minutes, but yeah, that's all the games I played this year. Honestly, I realized through this that I really just need to take life a lot slower. I need to just enjoy things, including these games, just take things in. This is going to be a long challenge, and I hope you're here to stay. Happy New Year, everyone, and see you guys in the next video.